Hello, everyone. This is Sam, and this is episode 6 of season 4. This is the much awaited live recording of when we was on stage at the Stitch Festival on the 20th of March 2026. The audience will sound quiet to you, but I promise they were much louder in real life. But obviously, they didn't have microphones attached to them. I really hope you enjoy hearing our live episode.
Produced to you. So, what's new in the biscuit tin? I've been reliably informed this is the only sewing podcast you need to listen to. Please welcome Jess, Sam, and their guest, Kate.
Hello. Yeah, so it's me that said that. You don't need any other podcast in your life, I promise you. No.
We're not biased at all.
No, not at all. So, first of all, this is the first time we've ever done a live podcast. Can we have a big whoop for the fact that we're doing this? Woo! So we are on season 4. There is round the side thing. So if you haven't heard of us, please come and listen to us because we're an amazing podcast and we talk about sewing and life and all sorts of things. I'm going to hand over to Jess, who's going to tell us about today's episode.
So I am the other host of So What's New in the Biscuit Tin. I'm Jess, and today we want to encourage you to think about real sewing. So much of the sewing content we consume and produce sometimes is very perfectionist, and we talk about how the sort of sewing ideal. That's not real, is it?
No.
My trousers aren't even hemmed. I made them last night. This is the reality.
Yes, I had a button battle 2 days ago. This buttonhole is not a genuine buttonhole, so please don't feel that we are perfectionists sitting up here.
Yeah, so today we've actually crowdsourced a lot from you guys.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking through some of your sewing dilemmas, some sewing confessions, your questions. We're going to be asking Kate lots of things as our wonderful guest.
Give a
But
big clap
really-
to Kate.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you very much for being here.
You're
But the overall thing we want you to come out of today with is a sense that however you sew is fine and is right and is how you sew, because it's your hobby, it's your time, it's your space, and there's absolutely no reason that you should ever be made to feel bad about how you sew. This is a huge thing we talk about in the pod.
Massive. Yeah.
So we're really, really excited. Now, I should say, Sam has lots of questions, dilemmas, things. I haven't seen any of them. So all reactions will be natural and as expected.
And if Jess does swear, I apologise in advance.
I will be good. I will be good.
On the podcast, I'm able to edit her out. In real life, that's a bit tricky.
I will
So
be good. I will be fine. I will be self-censoring and
We
everything.
have some people prepared to shout beep if she does.
I was going to say, you've got to worry about me.
Give me a terrible rep, but it's the natural reactions that come out.
Yeah.
So we also have a fabulous guest with us.
We do. Kate, would you like to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Oh, look, I'm going to drop everything. I'm really sorry. I'm extremely clumsy. Those of you who watch my YouTube channel might know that already. My name is Kate. I have my YouTube channel, which is Ripper Seams, and I absolutely love sewing. I've been wanting to sew for 30 years. All sorts of reasons I couldn't figure it out, but just recently I've figured it out. I followed the rules. It all started to come together. It's amazing. So what do? Of course, I do YouTube about it. So do follow me on Ripper Seams on Instagram and on YouTube, and just have a bit of fun and watch some videos, some good sewing videos.
And if you don't know me, I'm Sam, aka Sequin Girly. As people see me around the show going, oh, it's Sequin Girly. My name is Sam. My channel is called Sequin Girly Create, and I'm on Instagram as Sequin Girly as well. I am well known for my bright colours, and I didn't let you down today. And Jess, you want to say everybody who you
Yes,
are?
so I am Jess. I'm at So What If I Sew on Instagram and YouTube. I talk about largely my honest experience of sewing. I'm also the founder of Sew Yellow for Endo, which some of you will be participating in this month, and we'll talk a little bit more about at the end as well.
So I think we should start with getting everybody involved. It's okay, you don't have to do any talking, but
we're
we
not
need
gonna
some
pick on you.
clapping and some whooping. Now, to keep it real, we need to ask you to be honest. I want you to think, do you have a trophy fabric, that one piece that you are terrified to cut into? If you do, give us a clap if you've got a trophy fabric. Come on, own up. I'm actually wearing one of my trophy fabrics today. I've been stroking this pink denim for ages, and I was like, no, I have to commit and make something.
I'm so
with
proud
it.
of you.
Thank you.
You've had that a long time. I'm so proud of you.
So these are the Oxbow pants, if you want to know, by Sew House 7, and I am wearing a blouse, and the designer of this pattern is in the audience. It's Sarah who's now hiding. This wasn't planned, it just so happens that she's here. This is the Bellissima blouse, so there's Sarah. Give Sarah a clap for an amazing pattern.
It looks gorgeous on
And
you.
Ty is from a charity shop. Jess, would you like to say more what you're wearing?
Oh, yes. These are the Maison Fauve Hussard jeans, finished last night and deliberately undeliberately unhemmed. This is, I made this for So Yellow Ferrendo a few years ago. What is this? The Closet Core Knix is what it is. Size down is my recommendation. And it's in double gauze, which is also fairly new for me.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, double gauze, isn't it?
Nice.
And Kate, what are you wearing
I am
today?
wearing the Maison Fauve Transat dress, which is in a Lady McElroy fabric. It's in a viscose crepe. One of my
gorgeous.
all-time favourite dresses. So
Yeah, I haven't tried that. That's
Right.
definitely give it a go.
We want you all to be honest again now. Now, I will honestly admit I am on a low buy year this year, which is going to be tricky being at the Stitch Festival. We'll see how I go. But I have quite a substantial collection of fabric. Some people call it a stash, some people call it a hoard, but I have a lot of
mountain.
it. A
A
mountain.
mountain.
Yes. Come on, put your hand up if you've got a stash that you could see from space as well. Come on, own up, own up. Jess is for you.
I
Come
don't
on.
actually, I don't.
And
That's 'cause
who's
I live in a
gonna
one-bed
who's gonna
flat.
add to it today? Come on, admit it if you're gonna add to it today. Yes. I can see Tina over there saying she's gonna add to it. Yes.
You already have. We're an hour in. Well done, I love that.
And
That's
Tina,
fantastic.
am I right that the gentleman sat next to you, is your husband, and he's wearing a shirt you made him? The trousers. Give
fantastic.
Tina a clap for the fact that her husband's wearing knee-made trousers. Woo! Trousers of insanity.
They nearly drove you mad.
Yes, I think we've all been there with something that has stressed us out. Right, one last question for you. I want you to admit if you've ever sewn a sleeve in wrong. So you've either sewn it to the neck or sewn it upside down or back to front. Come on, admit it if you've done it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Very recently too.
Now,
Gosh.
I'm going to ask these two ladies now to share a bit more of a confession rather than just a hand up. We're going to ask them to be honest. So I have let them have a little think about this. So Jess, come on, admit your sewing confession, the thing that might make people go, or they might just be like, oh, me too.
Okay, so there are many. Because a lot of the sewing I do is for fun, and I'm quite a firm believer that no one's coming around checking your seams like it's the sewing bee. I frequently don't finish my seams, particularly at the moment. I need to change one of the needles on my overlocker. Can't be bothered. So none of the seams in here are finished at all. I will get round to it at some point when I want to, but that is not now, and that's okay. The insides don't have
Do
to
you
be
know what?
perfect.
I'm there with you. However, there is a lady called Mary in the audience, and Mary is like my
shaking her
personal police. Mary, I think you're going to be very proud. This is a flat felled seam.
Ooh.
Which is not like me at all. Come on, Kate, confess something for us.
Okay. This is hard for me when I had to think of confession because I am that bit of a perfectionist. I always follow the rules, but I'm learning to be okay. 'cause
Trying
I'm
to
finding-
positively influence.
I know. I'm trying to. The positive influence it is. I'm being more relaxed about it. So I'm starting to go. You know what? It doesn't really matter. So that it is good. But my big confession is I have a huge pattern collection because I just love sewing patterns, and it's almost like people collect comics. So you have the comics, but you read them occasionally, but you don't actually going to use them. But I just like them. I like looking through them. I like reading instructions. Am I going to make all of them? Probably not. In particular, like vintage 80s ones, which are like really horrendously big and puffy. Absolutely love them, and I've got a huge collection of them, and I'm never going to make them. I don't know what that is.
Do you know, that's amazing. And can I just say, you've probably read more instructions than me ever.
I go to bed. I don't read books. I read pattern instructions.
Yes,
What, in
my-
bed?
I don't read the instructions. Good Lord. I mean, I don't
Anyone
read
else
lots
do
of it.
that? Anyone else read pattern instructions in bed?
Oh, there's one.
yeah.
Oh, there's one.
You're
You
not
have
on your
company.
own.
I've given out too much information there about
This
my
is-
bedtime routine.
This is
Yes,
insane to
Shan't
me.
ask Kate's husband about it.
Yeah.
I don't even read the instructions of what I'm making.
I mean, this is how much I follow the instructions. So much so, I fall asleep reading patterns.
It was all like on the face like that.
Yeah.
Just hoping it'll go like through
Yeah, I'm going to wake up with
osmosis.
a print
Yeah.
through my next make on my face.
And I was going to do a different confession, but I also say I like sewing patterns, and I've actually ordered the same pattern twice. Some websites won't let you, some will, and I've done it. But then what makes it worse is then I've had it printed twice as well. So I now have 2 copies of it in my house. So my actual confession, and Sarah may not be happy, is that in the instructions for this pattern, you're supposed to put interfacing on the button plackets. Interfacing on one of the collars, there is not an ounce of interfacing anywhere on this top today. And that's not because I buy the cheap stuff. People have told me don't buy the cheap interfacing. Anyone else found that? Not to buy the cheap? Yeah. I've bought the fancy woven stuff. I still don't like it. So
Okay.
I can do it, and there is buttonholes. And the tie is not hiding that. There is buttons, I promise you.
They are brilliant. Can I just say, I think you should cut out my patterns and I should interface yours.
Oh, can
Because
you
I-
cut out mine as well?
Yeah,
I hate
she
cutting
loves it.
out.
She loves cutting
Well,
out fabric.
Kate reads it. Kate tells us what to do.
Yes.
I'll cut it out.
It's
You
perfect.
interface
Well,
it.
there
we
we
could
go.
do it as a
Perfect
team.
combo. Yeah.
Let's have
Because
fun.
I love cutting out the patterns and the fabric. Does anyone else like the cutting out stage?
Okay.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
Jess, I love it. I
So-
absolutely love a cutting out session.
To be clear, it's fabric dependent. I work with a lot of satin, a lot of silk, a lot of sequin stuff. I broke a pair of scissors last week cutting a beaded fabric. So I don't have the best relationship, whereas you cut jersey,
Oh, I
which
love
just cuts
cutting.
itself.
And I don't use a rotary cutter either. Does anyone else prefer scissors?
Yeah.
I'm
don't
too
trust
risky with a rotary cutter. I tried it recently and I cut straight through my finger. So I'm not using a rotary cutter
Ooh,
again.
I
You
did
have to
get
give
some
us a
electric
warning
scissors,
for that.
though.
Yes,
Electric
I've heard.
scissors for the wing.
Anyone use electric scissors?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
for beaded fabric.
I think.
Mm.
Okay. I
Okay.
can look at that.
Plow through.
Oh, that
I
sounds
love,
great.
and I've got scissor sharpeners. You can definitely sharpen your scissors.
Yeah, I need to do that.
And I know we're supposed to be precious about not cutting paper with your fabric scissors, but I have been known to do it.
Now, that is right to jail for me. Can I ask a spontaneous one to the audience? Can I ask a spontaneous one to the audience? You know how you're meant to change your machine needle every 8 hours? Does anyone do that?
8 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew Mary would.
Of
I
course, she-
knew.
8 hours. Of course they do. I mean,
Okay,
that
that's
is what
every
we
make.
should do, to be clear. We know it's what you should do, but yeah, no.
Nah.
Oh, God, no.
I do change them regularly, but not 8
Who
hours.
has time? I change them when they break or when I need a
I
different
change
gauge.
it when I need a different kind.
When
Yes.
I change
Yeah.
a different fabric type, that's when I change it.
My goodness,
Yeah.
you're so
Or if
well
I'm sewing Liberty
behaved.
fabric, it instantly gets a new needle.
Yeah.
So
So, for those of you who've never heard of us out there, you might be wondering why on earth are we called So What's New in the Biscuit Tin? So, I thought it might be time to tell you about that. And also, we're then going to put Kate on the spot and ask Kate what biscuit she is. I hope she's been
look out.
thinking about this.
I have.
So Jess and I have been friends a few years now. We both had this dream of doing a podcast. And when we set about coming up with a name, I told Jess a story about my partner. And when my partner interviews people for a job, he always asks them, "What biscuit are you?" Now, he works in a very boring industry. It's cable. He admits it's boring. He orders cable in different kilometres length. But he asks it to see what the person's personality, what they're really like, because obviously all of it's about buying and how would you negotiate this. And then suddenly he asks them about biscuits and he gets to see the real person. So when Jess and I thought about podcasts and I told her this, we thought, hang on a minute, actually, we all have like different biscuits that we associate ourselves with, and on different days and times. I've varied from feeling like a damp custard cream through to being like a really fancy one of those peanut brittle chocolate praline ones, depending on what day of the week it is. So we felt that it was a really good way to get to know guests when we have them on, and we've had people from the Sewing Bee, we've had Sarah on with their expertise about sleeves, and it's a really nice way to get to know people a little bit. So hopefully you're now sat out there thinking, what biscuit would I describe myself as today? It's a question that really gets people thinking. I dare you to go and ask somebody in your life, either a colleague or somebody in your home, because it really creates an interesting conversation. So, Kate, you've had thinking time on this.
Yeah.
What biscuit are you feeling like as a person today?
Right. So in keeping with my accent, I will go for an Australian biscuit today.
Knew it.
We had a little guess on
we
this.
did.
Yeah. So I am normally a very sturdy, reliable Tim Tam, but today, because we're at the Stitch Festival and it's all very exciting, I've got the day off from work, I'm excited. I'm going to be an iced Vovo.
Oh, what?
An
Excuse
iced
me?
Vovo. Anyone here know what an iced Vovo is?
Come on, you got to explain
Right,
yourself.
okay, this is an iconic Australian biscuit. It is like a Nice biscuit on the bottom base.
Yeah.
Either side of it, you have got marshmallow piped in little dots along the side. In the middle is jam covered in coconut.
Oh.
Now, if I have noticed that there is an Irish version of these, which I've seen when I've been in Ireland, sometimes for previous work trips. But yeah, a nice Vovo. It is super fancy. It's very light, fluffy, and that's what I feel like today.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Great answer.
Nice Vovo.
And we love a cultural biscuit. I will enjoy them vicariously through you, and
Absolutely.
I'm
Next
horrifyingly
time I see
allergic.
you, I will bring them along.
But well, don't, because I'm horrifyingly allergic to coconut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Sam can enjoy them for me.
Yes,
And
they sound quite
she can
amazing.
review. This is
For
what we
sure.
do. There's half the biscuits I can't eat. So Sam eats them. I watch her eating them. And she goes, "Oh, these are good." And I'm like, Sad I can't have them. That was a fabulous answer.
Anyone
thank you.
feeling brave enough to shout out what biscuit they are today?
You don't have to.
You don't
it's
have to.
okay. We know
It's
it's 11
okay.
o'clock in the
Who
morning.
here feels like a chocolate
Go on,
biscuit?
Julie.
Oh,
Oh, a lemon puff. And I can't say it like you, Julie. Say it again, Julie. Anyone else feeling brave enough to say what biscuit they feel like today? A lemon puff too.
Hang
Woo!
on. Hang on.
Are you a bit of shortbread, Mary?
Of course.
But not just any shortbread. What shortbread brand?
Dean's.
Dean's
of Huntley.
shortbread.
We had a
I'm
dark
learning.
chocolate hobnob at the back.
Got a
Oh,
lot
yes.
dark chocolate hobnob.
Yep. Jammy
Jammy
Dodger,
Dod-
fantastic.
Jess actually has Jammy Dodger earrings
have-
on that I
well,
bought them. We've had to
I
take the other
have-
earring off.
To be clear, I have one Jammy Dodger earring on because of my mic. So
Yes, we could get into the psychology of why, but we won't ask you that yet.
oh, this is
So,
fabulous.
we are now going to leap in with a question. I've just been looking through. Jess and Kate have no idea. I'm actually going to go with one that's been submitted by somebody out here. And if you're sitting there thinking, I want to ask them a question, you can get straight on our Instagram right now. It is called this. And there's a question box on our stories. You can type in and I will have a quick look in a minute. But the lovely Tina sent me a question, which I'm now going to ask these ladies. And this question is, if you could make something for someone else, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you make them? Now, that's going to be tricky for Jess, because Jess is like me, we're selfish sewers.
I don't sew for other people.
Yeah. So they're going to have a think. Hope you're all thinking, who would you make something for? It doesn't have to be a garment. It could be a bag. It could be a quilt. It could be whatever you want it to be. Have either of you come up with something? Kate's ready. Go on, Kate. Who would you make and what for? Who for and what?
I would get around to finally hemming my husband's shirts because if I hear about it one more time,
I'm not sure if I'm going
I
to...
just need peace. That and a smoking jacket.
Oh, you'd make him a smoking
And
jacket.
I'll make him a smoking jacket and hem his shirts, and then I'll be at peace.
Then he can't ask you anything else
Exactly.
ever.
No, then he'll
That's
ask
it.
her, and then he'll ask small pajama bottoms, but it's all right. Yeah, we'll get there.
What colour smoking jacket?
Oh, okay. We've been very specific. So my husband is very much into sci-fi. So he's already dictated what's a nice, soft grey, light grey, with a fluoro yellow lining.
Ooh, why?
Can someone
Very
tell me where to get
specific.
fluoro yellow lining from? I could probably get away with
I
doing.
can, but I don't think you should. Like, I don't think it should be
He's
allowed.
like, he wants it as sci-fi as possible, but still be a smoking jacket, like a
why?
classy
That's
one.
really quite niche.
It is, isn't it?
That
This
is
is
like...
yeah, this is.
Do you know what? In many ways, I understand the yellow, but not the grey. Why?
No. Trust me, grey and fluoro yellow goes really well together.
There are birds that colour, aren't there? Actually,
There
thinking
are.
about
And
it.
there's
Yeah.
probably one on
Okay.
my dress, to be honest.
Yeah.
There are. That's why I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
So
it.
if you
Okay,
want
I'll
to see
accept it.
Kate's husband, if you watch her YouTube channel, he has been on there a couple of times,
Yeah.
including selecting some
He's
patterns
picked
for
my
you to
sewing
sew.
patterns for me. It was
Yeah.
an interesting selection.
Yeah.
That is
And
nice.
I actually almost tried to get him here today to come shopping with me for fabric because we haven't got around to doing
Yeah,
that.
Did he
he
say
does like
no?
a bit of fabric shopping.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he does. Yeah.
Come on then, Jess.
Okay, as Sam said, I don't really sew for other people. Now, that's not largely because I'm a selfish sewer, it's because I find it incredibly stressful. Because in my own clothes, if I don't finish my seams, who cares? I'm wearing it.
And
But for
Jess,
other
would you like to
people-
tell everybody how you're mostly dressed when you're sewing your own clothes?
Yes. I don't often go to, if I do go to sewing socials, I go to yours. I am very much a glass of wine and film and like you're just in a hoodie and like one sock because you're trying on clothes the whole time, right? There's nodding and you're sort of sat in your knickers and you're just sewing and that's fine.
Yes, that's
Wearing these, I was like, I have to try them on every 3 seconds. So what's the point?
Which is really hard when you're sewing in person with other people.
well, in
Yes.
person, I'm dressed when I sew, but I do have
But
to.
you do take your shoe off, don't you?
Yeah.
In person.
I'm
Anyone
not
else do
sewing with
this?
shoes on.
Can't sew with shoes on?
Well, because
Yeah.
you can't get the
I know,
angle
I
of
need,
your foot
I
right.
need shoes.
I
Ugg
can wear
boots.
whatever. I don't mind. What do you say?
I wear Ugg boots when I sew.
But
Anyone
they're
else
flat,
wear like
that makes
specific
sense.
shoes when they sew? No?
Not the
Yeah,
brand.
I've
of
always had a
slippers.
slipper.
There's a lady that used to come to our social, and she used to bring her slippers and always put her slippers on
She,
at the
no, she'd put
social.
one
Yeah.
slipper on,
Yes,
which
yeah.
is like I'm
Yeah.
down with that.
Yeah.
both.
So if I had to, if I absolutely had to, I found out recently a huge amount of my family tree on my mum's side were tailors and master tailors, which is really cool. So they're immediately out because
Yes,
they'd be able
can't-
to judge my work.
Yeah.
But I think
That's
slightly
way too judgmental.
yeah, exactly. But a slightly emotional answer. But I never got to meet my grandpa because he passed away when I was 11 months. But he was a composer, so I would have liked to have made something fancy for him to wear to like an opera premiere or something. I think that
Like
would
a
have been really
velvet
cool.
cape.
Yeah, he was the kind of man who would have appreciated a bit of natty dressing, who would have appreciated a fun sartorial garment. So I think that's for me. I think I would have made something for Grandpa Joseph.
Bit of a theme going here, velvet and fanciness.
Yeah, I think I probably would have made my grandma something too. I think
you know
she
what I
would have
mean?
loved something fancy.
Well, that's the thing, and like actually thinking about it, obviously I was very lucky to have all the rest of my grandparents till now, and I've made things for my grandma. I've given my grandma a sewing machine, like they're fabulous. But it would have been cool, I think, to just give him a wee something. And he hated wearing ties, and he hated actually proper formal dressing as someone born in
You could make him a
1927.
fancy shirt to go with
Exactly,
it.
like
yeah.
something he would have actually enjoyed wearing to the fancy things he had to go to. So that's probably my answer. Probably more thoughtful than you expected. But that's kind of where I am. I think.
strangely, I've had my thought the entire time once I was asking the question, and actually mine's for a man, and mine is fancy, but mine isn't a relative. I don't think my partner would appreciate anything I've made
No,
him.
I don't
He is
either.
one of those men. I don't know if anyone else has got a man like this in his life. He has his man uniform that he wears. Yeah, and I have made him one sweatshirt that was inside the uniform range, but he's just not there to. He's not prepared yet. So I would make something for Prince.
Oh, I see that. I see that so,
So
clearly.
Prince, Purple Rain era, and I would make, or the symbol as he was known towards the latter end of his years. But yes, think of Prince, music, Purple Rain. I would think again, I would make him some amazing jacket and trousers.
Shiny, silky
yes.
stuff.
I see that
Mm.
so
Yeah.
clearly.
Something on the back, some big symbol,
Yeah.
lots of sequins falling off
I mean,
everywhere.
Jewelled everywhere.
Yes,
you
that's-
routinely love an 80s icon.
Oh, I do.
So I can see that.
Yes.
I like that our answers are all quite different, actually. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
And we're not coordinated.
Is
so-
there anyone feeling brave out there that would want to shout out someone that they would love to make an outfit for if they could?
Can be anyone. We've gone a
It
bit
is
related, so
it
it
is a
can be
big
anyone.
one to ask. You're probably all still there thinking, oh, I don't. Oh, Laura.
Laura.
Oh. Oh. If you didn't hear that, Laura said Charles Darwin, and I feel like she said some kind of corsage.
Oh, the Lady McElroy
Oh,
one.
the Lady McElroy fabric.
Love it.
Oh, I like that.
You probably
Laura.
like my fabric actually with all the
Yeah.
birds. I've been to his house. I used to live down near it. It's
So when you
amazing.
said that, I forgot his house was like a visitable attraction. I was like, why?
Been
Why
round
have you
to
done
visit
that?
you
him,
can
yeah.
actually go to Charles
I
Darwin's
just
house.
broke in lightly, you know,
No,
it was fine.
National Trust. It's really nice actually. But they've got a big cabinet of birds.
Oh,
It's
that
quite
sounds
amazing.
kind of
It's
cool
got-
and
it
alarming
is-
at the same time.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we are now going to, I'm going to share with you, and these are live confessions that people have sent us in. We took over the Stitch account for a while as well. And I want you to clap if this resonates with you, and then
Yeah.
Jess and Kate can say what they think.
Also, can I just, while you prepare to
Yep.
read those, when people share these, they often send us a little message saying, oh, I'm really embarrassed about
Yep.
this. So if you do this, please clap loud, please make noise, because the whole point of doing this is not to be like, oh my God, you do this. It's to say, yeah, I do that as well. That's totally normal. You do not have to feel
Because as
embarrassed
Jess
about
said
that.
at the beginning, what's really important to us is for many of us, sewing is our hobby. And the point of doing it is to get joy and fun. And for some of us, it's to get that peace and quiet away from what's going on in the rest of the world. There's been times in my life where it's been really difficult things going on in my life. And sewing has given me that sanctuary, that mental space to feel like I had a zone of control, that actually I could make a T-shirt and it didn't matter what else was spiraling. I felt like I had something that was mine. You can see some lovely nodding over. I'm glad it's so important, isn't it? Yeah. And you know, and I also say because I want to feel like me. And I wear what I wear because the shops, and Tina's nodding, the shops don't sell the stuff that I want to wear. So I want to feel like myself. And we believe that actually then it's important that your sewing gives you joy. And if you're stuck in the rules, it can rob that joy. So that's why we're so big about confessions, because actually we want you to be joyful. And Mary is a big believer now, aren't you, Mary? We've converted you to not always following the rules, following the joy. She was not always, she's a reformed rule follower. Yeah.
Okay, hit
So-
us with some.
Somebody messaged us and said, sometimes if I can't be bothered to unpick the overlocking, I'll just cut it off. Give us a clap if you've done that.
Go on, we've all done
Yeah.
that.
Jess, have you ever done it?
Yeah, of course I have.
Now, I'm not sure about Kate.
I just
Come on.
overlock over the top of it and cut off a bit whilst I'm overlocking
I
the
think that's
proper
fair.
bit.
I've done that, absolutely, because
yeah.
it's already got a knife in it. Why bother?
Yeah, exactly. Just cut
Who
it off
out there,
that
put
way.
a hand up if you've actually sat there and unpicked the whole bit of overlocking to do it again.
Of course you have, Julie. You're so everything you make is so
No.
beautiful.
I've done it too. There's supposed to be a secret to it, isn't there? And I've done the bit where I run my seam ripper along the top edge. That hasn't done it. I've tried doing the little loops, so maybe someone can send me a video because I still can't find the secret. I know there's supposed to be one. Yeah. Oh, Angela says it doesn't always work. Sarah's going to help me with that. Well, now I've bigged up your blouse, Sarah. You can just like.
I need to know this because I've abandoned a project because
can we
of
do a
bad
video
on.
podcast?
Kate has abandoned a project because she didn't want to unpick the overlock.
Yeah, I had bad overlocking. It was just going to ruin it if I had to do it again. Too close to the seam and I wouldn't fit.
So you put it in the naughty corner.
Yeah.
Anyone else put it in the
Still
naughty
in there.
corner because of the overlocking?
Yeah.
Thank you. Give
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
No,
Right.
it's not just you. It's just, yeah.
So, somebody else said, oh, here we go. I'm going to do this first because I want to find out. So we asked everybody, are you follow the instructions to the letter, which we now know Jess isn't, or are you a pattern pirate? So that's Jess. So if you're with Jess as a pattern pirate, give a clap.
Woo! I firmly believe that putting in a sleeve is putting in a sleeve. I'm not reading how you do it.
And if you're like Kate, following the instructions to the letter, give a clap. Oh,
I'm
I think
learning to ease off a bit.
Well, I know where you are. You make up your own pattern and stick two together.
yes. Even the back of this, Sarah, I hacked it. Sorry. So I think that was a bit 50-50. We're going to have to try it again because I need to work out what's the winner because it was almost 50-50 on Instagram. Pattern pirate.
Yes.
Instructions to the letter.
Okay.
Oh, it's 50-50.
I
There was a
think
slight extra whoop for
Yeah,
you, I
maybe.
think.
I'm converting them live. It's fine.
She'll be coming round in a minute and strong arming you.
Removing
No,
instructions,
yes.
freeing you from the oppression.
Now, actually, this one is a really interesting one that is a bit more of a discussion.
Okay.
And I have a think if you've got any tips for this. So someone said, I really struggle to pick a pattern when I've already bought the fabric with no plan. So anyone else bought any fabric yet already that they haven't got a plan for?
Oh, of course.
Yes, my entire fabric stash is that. So. I'm now practicing the trying to buy with a plan. I just find it really difficult. But what advice would we give someone who is in that they're looking at their selection of fabric, it's all fabulous, they've committed to cutting it. How do you decide what plan? What do you both do? Because I know you both got fabrics.
Yep. For me, I do two things. If I've got a fabric and I don't know what to do with it, I use Stash Hub as an app, which I really, really like because it keeps me organized. I like boundaries and rules, which is why I like following the instructions. Stash Hub keeps me organized so I can see what fabric I have and what patterns I have. So I use the filters to say, okay, this is my type of fabric. I did it last night, actually. I had some jersey. It's like, filter out for jersey. Here's all my jersey patterns I have. Pick that. Or if I don't have the pattern yet, I want to do something new, I'll go onto a website somewhere and do the same thing. I'll filter.
You haven't got
for
enough
fabric.
patterns.
Well, more patterns, the better. So, yeah.
Bit of
we'll
bonus
always-
pattern shopping.
So, yeah, I use filters to help
Okay.
me find either on a website or on my apps to help me.
Anyone else
find a
use Stash
pattern.
Hub to help them organise themselves?
Yeah, got a few Stash
I
Hub
think it's a really
users.
useful
Yeah.
app.
Yvette is here today who runs Stash Hub, but she's on the
Studio
Studio 77 stand if you want to talk to
Yeah,
Yvette about
go
it.
check out Stash
So
Hub.
Stash Hub helps you organise your patterns, your fabric. It's an app, it's online. We're just letting you know that it exists if you don't know that it exists.
Yes.
Yeah?
If you're someone who would find that useful. Okay, so I do two things. I am a firm believer that if you don't know what to sew with it, there's no point kind of going, oh, I have to sew. No, you don't.
No.
Put it down, walk away, have an actual think. You do not have to pressure yourself into sewing every single piece of fabric right then and there. So sometimes for me, I will walk into a shop, as I did last week. I went to buy a zip. I saw this fabric. I looked at it and went, oh, Maison Faux Fusage jeans. Immediately, we're doing that. That's how I plan
Yeah.
sometimes.
So you do sometimes
And
buy
here
and
they
plan
are.
in the
Exactly.
shop. Whoop, whoop,
But
the jeans
other-
are here,
thank
yeah.
you. But other fabric, I've had in my stash for 2 or 3 years, and then a pattern will come out, or something happens where I go, oh, I could do that with it. So I'm a big advocate of just taking the pressure off. It's not your job. You don't have to sew it right then and there.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I would recommend, if you're not sure, because sometimes beautiful fabric we don't want to cut into, hold it up against yourself, have a play, wrap yourself around
I
in
do
it,
that. I'm always
flap it
tucking
out.
things in my
Yeah.
top and looking how it looks before I
Yeah,
cut it. Yeah.
Because then you get a sense as well of, for example, the blouse I was meant to wear today, I love the fabric. It looks fabulous. Didn't quite work with the jeans, so I just went with something already made.
So Jess
But-
decided I'm not going to stay up to 1 a.m.
I did,
sewing,
I
and she
did.
actually put it aside. I think
did.
Jess needs a clap for that, putting it aside.
I am a last minute Lil, I think
Yes.
it's fair to say. I like a speedy
But I'm glad
sew.
that you realised it wasn't right and you actually just didn't finish it. And it is okay to do that.
To be
too,
clear, I will
yeah.
finish it tonight. It's beautiful. It just wasn't right for today. But I think just taking that space to think,
Yeah.
do I actually need to sew this? If I don't cut into this right now, will it be the end of the world? Could I do something different and I'm going to be happier with the result? Because sometimes when you feel pressured to sew something, what happens is then you sew it. Whatever you sew is not going to live up to what you think should
Yeah.
be done with the fabric, and then
Yeah.
you never wear it because you're upset at the fact.
Just
Like,
did that.
So
it happens.
I've got several things I'm going to reveal live on stage, something that I've come up with. I didn't think of it till just now. But so one of the things I would say is if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, and we're doing a lot of research on this, is narrow it down to 3 things. So either pick out 3 fabrics or pick out 3 patterns, because we can get choice paralysis if we've got too much. Anyone else get that? Where you just get overwhelmed and
Yeah.
you can't choose?
Lots of nodding.
So choice paralysis is a known thing. So actually whittle it down to a few. And I like to shop my stash, but then it still feels like a lot. So I have now created a shelf in my very small sewing room. It's got a name. I'm not sure if I like the name, so you can give me a clap if you like it. I've called it the Marination Station.
I love it
I
and I
don't know.
hate it, and I can't decide where I am.
But it's an empty shelf. That means I can put the fabrics I'm thinking about on and the patterns. Because I did have so much fabric, there was no space. I reached a point where I was stuffing fabric under the bed. And also, when I gave Jess and her husband a lift, he had to sit in the back of my car with a bag of fabric.
She was like, oh, hang on, Adam was going to go get in the back of the car. And she goes, oh, wait,
The
hang
stash
on.
mountain.
And then just all this fabric appeared. And she was like, right, I better put this in the boot. And can you hold this?
And I have a Fiat 500, so there's not a lot of room.
You have a Fiat 500 and he's 6 foot tall.
Yes. So
Covered in
I
fabric.
did reach like saturation point, and I was like, hang on a minute. Has anyone ever got that where you got, hang on a minute, I've got to stop. I've got to
yeah.
have a little moment here. And so I realised that I was going to shop my stash, and then I realised that what I really needed was this space where I could just have a little think about those things. I'm still not sure about the words marination station.
I love it and I hate it. I love
Yeah.
that you've named it.
If you come
but
up with a better idea and you see me around the show, do come and let me know a better name for my special shelf. I want it to have a name. Do you name
Inspiration
things?
Island.
Inspiration Island.
much better.
Ooh.
There you
Ooh, which do you
Yeah.
prefer? Marination Station or Inspiration Island? Oh,
Thank you.
right. It's getting a rename. I haven't even put a label on
Yeah.
it yet. So.
Of course.
And it
Sometimes
was.
the fabric, my fabric talks to me sometimes. It just sits there for ages, 18 months, and then it goes, hello, make something, Adam, please. And I go, yeah, let's do that.
It's a bit like I say when I go to my fabric station, I'm pulling them out. I've said to my other half before, they go, she's touching me, she might use me like this. And then I go, no, I'm not using
like
you.
it's Beauty
Yeah.
and the Beast.
It's like-
Now, question: does anthropomorphizing your fabric increase the guilt, or does it help?
I don't know, because they feel like my friends. Anyone else feel like their sewing stuff is their friends? Like,
No.
no, okay, I'm just
No.
sharing
Yeah,
things now.
sometimes.
Well, some people
mine do
might.
because it talks to me. So.
Oh, well, we're,
yeah.
okay.
We've, we've got to
yeah.
be friends,
Yeah.
otherwise.
See,
Bad stuff
the
will
thing is, you guys do that. I dream about stuff, and then I wake up and I sketch it, and I go, "Oh, I'm going to do this." Like I will. You guys know this. Anyone who's seen me sew as well. Like I'll go. I just woke up and I thought I would do this, and I am. And
Yeah.
that's kind of where
Sometimes that happens, doesn't it? You just like 2 a.m. in the morning when I wake up, I go, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
And then I have to remind my brain not to get up and to just try and go back to
I am.
sleep.
See,
But,
thank God mine happens at a sensible hour of like 6,
Anyone
7
else
when I
like
get up
me,
anyway.
waking up 2, 3 a.m. in the
Yeah,
morning?
we've got a couple. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, give us
Right,
another one.
Okay, this is another confession, so we need a bit of a clap if you resonates with you. It says, my confession is that as someone who sews jersey on a sewing machine versus an overlocker, I never finish any of my seams. Whoop, whoop,
come
whoop
on,
on
woo.
there. Anyone else? Oh,
So, okay, question here.
Yeah,
Jersey doesn't fray.
I
So
know.
you can reinforce a seam,
yeah.
but nothing's going to go that badly wrong.
And also, my question would be, is anyone walking up to you and turning your outfit inside out and looking at it, apart from you, Mary?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
doing that to us.
Yes, keep away from the lady in the brown jacket if you don't want her to inspect your outfit.
Yeah.
But apart from Mary, who does literally, I popped round our house yesterday because I accidentally had some fabric delivered to our house. That's another story.
Accidentally.
Yes. I can't confess that because someone might tell my other half. But Mary looked me up and down when I arrived and went, nice neckline, nice hem, very proud, like that as I got there. So, Wow, that was a bit of a one. The
I know.
Jersey one, not
Well,
finishing them.
I do think, though, if you have an overlocker, it is easy to finish it, right?
Yeah.
If you don't, though, you just don't really, like, I wouldn't stress about it. I saw a reel, like, last year, which I made a response to, where someone was like, you can't even sew properly if you don't have an overlocker. I was like, excuse me?
Yep.
I do
Rubbish.
so very beg your
Does anyone
pardon.
else sew without an overlocker? Yeah, you can definitely do it. You
Sometimes
can do
I
it.
just don't want to turn it on, so
Yeah.
and if I don't need it,
Well, I've lost the screwdriver, and one of my needles snapped in half when I was making that black dress for my friend's 30th.
Yeah.
So I can technically, you can sew it with one needle, but I do need to actually go
Yeah.
in and
That's quite
fix it.
scary when an overlocker needle breaks, isn't it? That's quite a moment.
It's the first time I've broken a needle on an overlocker. I've broken more sewing machine needles than I've had hot dinners, but
I can
Don't wanna go
guarantee
too much
now, if you sew ITY sequins on an overlocker, that'll break a
well,
few
that's the thing. I
needles,
was
yeah.
sewing beads and sequins, and
Yeah.
the floor is still covered. I've hoovered 4 times, and the floor is still covered in
I made
shards.
my stepdaughter's prom dress out of a stretch sequin fabric from Minerva. It was the most expensive fabric I've ever bought. I was terrified to cut into it. And 3 weeks later, I woke up in bed and there was a sequin stuck to my leg. So, yeah.
That's
We've
universal.
got a live
my God,
question
do we?
/ confession on the Instagram
Hooray.
account. So it says, how do I ask my family to move out without sounding mean so I can sew all day? Anyone else want to ask their family to move out? Yes.
Oh my
I
goodness.
have to say, over the weekend when it was Mother's Day weekend, I did see several people say my gift was to be left alone so I could sew for the day. And I thought that's a family who gets what kind of gift somebody wants, isn't it?
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm planning a garden room at the back of my garden so I can escape the house and I'm going to lock it so no one else can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out something for that one as someone who doesn't have a sewing room. So my husband and I live in a 1-bed flat. And while we are in our flat, I had to sew my wedding dress in secret. Because, yeah, for obvious reasons. So we arranged a schedule where my husband goes to jiu-jitsu 2 to 3 times a week. So the deal was, while he was out, before he'd go, we'd move all the furniture so I had enough floor space to work with 4 meters of fabric. And then before he came in, I'd like cover the door with a sheet, and he just wasn't allowed in the living room. And that's the agreement we had to make, where he would if on nights when he was out, he'd knock before he came in. And then on other nights where I was like, I actually just need to do this, we agreed he'd go into the bedroom.
And to the
yeah,
bedroom.
and he had his
yeah.
laptop, he had snacks, he was fine. He was doing
Give
exactly
him,
what he would
give,
have done
give him
otherwise.
snacks and anyone's fine.
Well,
yeah.
he had everything he needed, but there was an agreement that I actually need to move the furniture to enable me to do this. And it was a conversation. But I think on a day-to-day basis, it's nice to figure out a schedule. So if there's a time when your kids are at an activity or your partner's doing something else, if you agree, I'm going to take over this
Yeah.
space, or you can have those conversations, but I don't think it's unreasonable to ask either, to just have your space to put your stuff. Like if you're someone who doesn't have a sewing room where you need to get all your stuff out every time, having a conversation about moments you can
Yeah.
find for that. I think
Or
it's fair.
just go to a sewing social, come to the Southern Social,
Yes.
Yeah,
and you can have
that's true.
6 hours, and all we do is sew and chat and eat biscuits.
Find yourself a
so-
sewing social for sure. It's
Yeah.
made a huge difference to my sewing life. It's really fun.
And if you're nervous about it, and I know lots of people have been, and there's people in the
I was
audience who've been
nervous.
nervous
Me
when
too.
they've come, most people who run one, if you let them know, can you meet me at the door or something, they will. And I've met lots of people at the door just to welcome them in, because it can be quite nervous the first time you walk into a room full of people you don't know. But the great thing is you do have sewing in common with them. Now, I'm going to ask one last thing.
Okay.
Is there anyone out there, not to put you on the spot, but if we had time for a question at the end, is there anyone that would like to ask us a question? Because there is a gentleman with a mic that we can direct.
Yeah. But if not, we
And
have
if
other
not,
stuff.
I've said, oh, there is.
Oh,
Great.
yeah, okay, great.
Gentleman with a mic, do you want to come and do one so that we can, as
got a
people have got
couple,
a
I think.
question?
Got a
Yes, I'd rather
lovely
have live,
neckline.
real people. There's a lady here.
Oh.
Kate, I am wondering when you and Mr. Ripper Seams are going to do the Top Gun walk in those jumpsuits.
Why, thank you. Yes. Now, I've picked fabric for that jumpsuit, okay? Flight suit, whatever it's called. Mr. Seams has to go get some fabric, and I tried really hard to get him here today to go find some. But yeah, very, very soon, because I'm going to make mine up, and then he's going to pick fabric, and I'm going to make both, and you guys get to pick.
Stitch
which
Festival
one.
next year on the stage. That's what we want,
Yeah.
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do
Both
that
of
then.
you.
His and hers Top Gun suits on the stage.
Fabulous.
Yes.
No, we've been talking about that today, actually. So, yeah,
Yeah.
very soon. Thank you for asking.
Fantastic.
I think we've got another question over here.
What's the biggest mistake you've ever made in your sewing? I know you mentioned not finishing
Yeah.
the seams or small things, but what's the biggest boo-boo you've done?
Okay.
Oh, we've all got one.
I've got one. Have you got one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I made the most
Biggest mistakes.
beautiful Tammy handmade Jessica out of black Cupro. It was so beautiful. And then I thought, oh, I'll be good and finish my seams. It was all done. I cut a massive hole right through the middle of it with my overlocker and I didn't realise. And it was just caught and it's just the knife got it.
Oh.
And I honestly, I had to stop sewing for like about a week and a bit because I was so upset. And obviously it happens, but it was so beautiful. It was so pretty. And then I tried to fix it, but Cupro is weird. It ruins the
Yeah.
like drape of it. So you could just, it's a bit of a Franken dress. I do still have black Cupro to make another one, but I haven't actually worked up the I was just so upset because it looked so beautiful.
Those blades on those overlockers.
Yeah.
Yeah, harsh.
Kate.
Okay, I was creating this beautiful cushion cover, first time using a free motion embroidery head on my machine, having a wonderful time, wasn't paying attention, whoosh, sewing machine needle right through my thumb.
Ooh. Anyone else done that?
Yeah.
Anyone
Anyone
got-
else?
Ooh.
Yeah, I've gone through the side of my finger
I-
there.
it was like I walked into my husband. What's happened? Can you get it out? I had to use pliers to get it out of my thumb.
Oh, pliers.
Sorry.
Now,
Sorry if I just
actually,
ruined your day, but yeah.
important question. Did you get any blood on the thing you were sewing?
No, it was.
Wow.
No, it was surprisingly clean. I thought, do I have to go to hospital to have tetanus? And no, it was all fine. It healed really quickly, so if it does happen, it's not the biggest.
Yeah, no.
It's not a big drama.
It's
hopefully.
upsetting, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of.
That sounds unpleasant.
Yeah,
as
so yeah,
well.
yeah, that one.
So mine actually is almost the same as yours, so I've got a backup one as well. So mine involved an overlocker and finishing. So I was making the Seasons of East Summer in New York dress, which I've made a lot of times, and I was making it
Almost wore that
to
today.
wear to a big birthday party, like a summer party for family. And I'd done all of it, and I was trying to impress Mary, finishing my seams, getting there on the overlocker, and luckily it was here, and it caught a big fold of it in the overlocker and cut a big rip. But because it was under the arm, I actually took some interfacing and put a bit of the fabric in. No one at the party noticed. No one knew. But I luckily
Yeah.
had it here.
We're not selling any
yeah.
overlockers today, are we?
No.
It's my
No, we're
favourite
not.
tool. But I can give another one. I was making a jumper, and I was at a sewing station. It was a jumper, I think, when Jess had come for the first time.
Yes.
And I did that thing where when you're making the neckline, like a high neckline on a jumper, you're supposed to have right side to right side and then overlock
didn't.
round so it flops up. What did I do? I put it on the inside, so when it flopped up, you could see the entire seam. Now, I use rainbow overlocking thread because I will not spend hours changing my thread. Anyone else do that?
No.
Okay, if you want to save some time, put rainbow overlocking thread on because then you don't have to keep changing it. And so, of course, I had this amazing bright rainbow thread all the way around my neck. So I was like, do I do that unpicking that we talked about earlier? No.
Design
So
feature.
I did. I think
you
actually
did.
everyone at the social encouraged me to turn it into a design feature. So I then did the same to the sleeves as well.
did.
So the entire thing became like that on-trend, fashionable, visible seams.
seams.
But it wasn't meant to be.
Well, on that topic, I'm going to share one because there are mistakes we deem to be mistakes, and there are the mistakes other people deem to be mistakes that,
one would
frankly,
know
I
now.
couldn't care less about. And one of those, early in my sewing journey, I have a fabulous pair of pink velvet trousers. But I was very early in my sewing journey, and I didn't realise there was a different nap. So if I stand
Gotta watch
side
that
on,
nap.
well, if I stand side on in those trousers, they're different colours at the side. Now, you wouldn't notice front, you wouldn't notice back, but a very rude lady came up to me in a cafe and went, "Your trousers are poorly matched." And I was like, am I commenting on your trousers, darling? Like, no.
You did that once, but you got them matching on
I
both
know.
sides, so it was intentional.
But yes,
I love
I was sewing with stretched jersey, trying to make like a pair of like nice, comfy trousers. And yes, I had the different nap. Yes. No, I
Okay.
just watched the time.
Yeah, we've got 2
and
minutes.
So we've only got 2 minutes. So we're just going to close off by just telling everybody about Sew
Ooh,
Yellow Friday.
yes.
Now, round the side here, there is some things. So if you want to take anything, there is a QR code about what Jess is going to talk about. So Jess,
Yes.
over to you.
Okay, so for anyone I haven't met before or hasn't followed me online, you may not know, but I'm the founder of Sew Yellow for Endo, which is a sewing challenge that raises awareness of endometriosis. If you look around in this room, 1 in 10 women have endometriosis. it can be related to infertility. It causes agonizing periods. It massively impacts people's lives. And the diagnosis time is currently 9 years and 4 months. And actually, it's worth noting here, it's actually 11 years in non-white communities. It needs to be a bit better. So the So Yellow for I can't even speak, and it's my own challenge. So Yellow for Endo is a challenge where next weekend you can post something on Instagram, yellow, vaguely yellow, orange. I don't care as long as you get sewing.
Tiny yellow dots on it. Yeah.
We're free form.
What
You
Angela's
donate-
wearing is perfect.
Exactly. You donate £1 or more if you can manage it to the Just Giving page, and then you post it on Instagram with the hashtag SewYellowForUndo2026, and you tag me, So What If I Sew, so I can actually see what you make. There are 31 prizes up for grabs, including a brand new sewing machine. So thank you to our sponsors. But also this year specifically, we're really close to hitting £10,000 raised in 5 years.
Can we give Jess a clap for £10,000?
Thank you. And next weekend, if you're local to the south or can travel, we are actually having a party on the 29th in Prince's Risborough, where the Southern Social is held. Really easy to access, half
Easy
an
to get
hour
to
from
by
London.
train, yeah.
£5 for every ticket goes to Endometriosis UK. You come along, you have a party, you can do some fabric shopping, and you can support what is a really important cause.
And I think what we say is you don't have to wear yellow to come. You don't have to stay the whole time, but we've got 2 fabric shops coming. I know you might shop today, but I'm sure you'll have a bit more shopping in you. We've got Fabric Obsession, which is Becky and Adele, and a local fabric shop. There is a QR code around there so you can scan it. Jess and I are going to hang around so you can ask us as well. We have done it, our first ever live podcast!
Well done, ladies.
Can I just say, we cannot say enough of a thank you
Yes,
to
thank
the
you.
number of people in this audience. And, you know,
Amazing.
my ego will not let me forget the fact that half of you are probably here for the catwalk afterwards. But thank you so much for coming. This has been a huge thing for
And
us.
thank you for joining in. This has been our dream for over a year and it's happened. So thank you for being part of that with us.
Yeah.
So thank you so much,
And make
guys.
sure you listen to the podcast. as
Please
well.
listen to us, If you like this, there's plenty more to listen
and
to.
if you arrived halfway through, you'll be able to listen to this whole episode because they're going to give us the audio feed. So I think we have to get
better
off
go.
stage now.
Yep.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much, and we'll see you soon.
Oh, I got my glasses.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, everybody
so
here. Before you rush off at 12 o'clock, we have Prima Catwalk.